Okay, hello students. In our last class, we learned about the latent heat. Today, we are going to start our new topic, that is the changes of states of matter. As we already learned that matter we divided into 5 states: solid, liquid, gas, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. Now, how we can change one state to another? Sometimes we were very surprising now how that ice is converted into liquid, how that liquid is again converted into solid, how that liquid is converted into vapor. So what is the science behind that? Okay, so change of state of matter, we can change any state of matter by two things: either by changing temperature or by changing the pressure. You got my first point? If we change the temperature, then we can change the state of matter, or if we can change the pressure, then also we are going to change a state of matter. We are talking about the physical states of matter. Now, how is it possible, that we will see. First, how we can convert a solid into liquid, we can convert a liquid to gas, we can convert a solid to gas, we can convert a liquid to solid. These 4 conversions are possible. You are getting? So let's see one by one how it will happen. So first, by changing temperature. Suppose you are having ice. Right? Ice. What is ice? Ice is a solid state of matter. We are giving temperature to ice, we are giving heat to ice, we are increasing temperature, then this ice, it slowly converts into water, which is the liquid state. Means here solid gets converted into liquid. What you have to remember, what happens over here, the solid gets converted into liquid. When a solid gets converted into liquid, remember the process is said to be melting. What we term the process? The process we termed as melting. And the temperature at which the solid gets converted into liquid, it is said to be its melting point. It is said to be the melting point. Right? For example, the melting melting point, whenever we are converted ice into water. Okay, so that is temperature at which the ice starts converting into water, it is said to be its melting point. Okay, the temperature at which it happens. Clear? Is it clear to you? So it is the example of solid changes to liquid. Now, when solid changes to liquid, now what we are having? We are having water. Okay. Now again, if we goes on increasing the temperature, what we are having now? The water. And again the temperature goes on increasing. So this water, it gets converted into water vapor. The water gets converted into water vapor. Here the water, it is in the liquid form. Here the water vapor, these are the gaseous form. So here the liquid converts into gaseous. Right? So the temperature at which the liquid gets converted into gaseous, that is said to be the boiling point. Boiling point we can define, this one, another definition is also there that I will tell you. But when the liquid converts into gaseous state, that process is said to be the vaporization or evaporation. Remember, what we term, that process is termed as evaporation or vaporization. Means conversion of vapor, when the liquid gets converted into vapor. Now when the water gets converted into water vapor, a very common example, if you are having some utensils, if you are having some vessel and in that you keep water, and you just keep that vessel in the gas burner, after some time what will you found? The water starts it starts changing into vapor. Burning is not a correct one. Okay, so this change, the vapor formation. So what we will see, after some time the boiling is there, right? So the temperature at which the water gets converted into water vapor, that is said to be its boiling point. Clear? That is said to be its boiling point. One interesting fact here you have to know, whenever they are doing this process of boiling, at that time, if in terms of pressure, in terms of temperature we define this, if in terms of pressure we want to define, so what happened during boiling? The atmospheric pressure becomes equal to vapor pressure. Whenever you are boiling, whenever you are heating the water, okay, so slowly some temperature of the vapors created, right, inside the water. Similarly, some temperature is present outside in the surrounding, that is the atmospheric pressure. So when the atmospheric pressure becomes equal to vapor pressure, at that time also we can say that boiling takes place. Boiling happened. Clear? That is why the boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade, means at 100 degrees centigrade the atmospheric pressure for water becomes equal to vapor pressure. Is it clear to you that how the liquid state changes into the gaseous state? Okay, now see our next state. Okay, so our next topic is the evaporation. Now what is evaporation? Just we learn, evaporation is a process in which a liquid converts into vapor state, it is vaporization. But remember, when a liquid starts boiling, the temperature we define as a boiling point, and that process is boiling. So now the question arises, then what is the difference between evaporation and boiling? So remember beta, the evaporation, it is nothing, it is only conversion of liquid to gaseous state. But here one point we have to remember, that it is always below the boiling point. Is once the boiling point reach, so that liquid starts boiling, right? But below the boiling point, the process, the vapors formation is there, and that is said to be the evaporation. So what you have to remember in the evaporation, that it is the process in which we convert liquid into gaseous state, but below its boiling point. Below its boiling point means below whose boiling point? Below the boiling point of the liquid. Okay. So got what is evaporation? Suppose I am having this burner. Okay. On this burner, I kept my vessel. Right. Here some water is there. Now is the vapor formation is there start before boiling, that process is said to be the evaporation. Now evaporation is regarded very important, but so for that we have to remember that some factors affect the evaporation. Okay, before starting the factors of evaporation, I want to tell you what happened exactly in evaporation. During evaporation, the particles are present. That particles, what they did, the particle of liquid, I am talking about the particle of liquid. So this particle of liquid, they start absorbing energy. You remember when that liquid particles, they start absorbing energy, what we named in our last video, I told you, that is the latent heat of vaporization. So the energy or the amount of heat which absorbed by the particles, that is nothing but that is the latent heat of vaporization. And due to latent heat of vaporization, what we feel? We feel the cold. Do you know whenever we are very much sweating, जब हमको बहुत ज़्यादा पसीना आता है, लेकिन थोड़ी देर बाद जब हवा आती है, थोड़ा कुछ होता है, तो हमको क्या होना शुरू होता है? हमको ठंडा लगना स्टार्ट होता है. So why it is so? It is due to this latent heat of vaporization. है ना? It happened. Okay. So now for that we have to, how this all happen? Whenever you are having something alcohol on your hand, the evaporation happen, and what you feel? You feel very cold. That is again due to latent heat of vaporization, and latent heat of vaporization during the process of evaporation. But for that we have to learn what are the main factors which affect the evaporation. Okay. So first factor affecting evaporation is the surface area. You know what is surface area? Surface area is a particular area, the boundary, right? If some drop of alcohol put on my hand. Okay, so this hand particular, it is a surface area. It is, if it put on this much hand, it is surface area for that. It is this much, so it is the surface area for that. So as we increase the surface area, okay, as we increase the surface area, what happened? The rate of evaporation also goes on increase. So remember, with the increase in surface area, the rate of evaporation also goes on increasing. Greater the surface, larger the surface, more is the rate of evaporation, because as we increase the surface area, the number of particles also increase, right? And they start evaporating. Now, the next one is temperature. So when we increase the temperature, more the temperature, so more the rate of evaporation. So by increasing temperature, we are increasing the rate of evaporation. Clear? The next one is the humidity. You all know humidity. When the climate is humid, what we feel very चिपचिपा like ना कि humidity बहुत है, गर्मी होने लगती है हमको, right? So you know why it happened? It is again because due to humidity, the sweat from our body, it will not evaporate. Humidity के कारण जो हमारी बॉडी का पसीना है वो evaporate नहीं हो पाता है, इस कारण हमको ऐसा लगता है. So what we conclude that less जितना humidity जो रहता है ना, right now what we learn in this two factor, with the increase in surface area, with the increase in temperature, rate of evaporation increase. But with the decrease in humidity, rate of evaporation increase. Means when the humidity is more, at that time it is less. What? Less evaporation, and that is why we feel the chipa like that. We are feeling not good. Why? Because the sweat is not evaporated, because it lowers down the rate of evaporation. You are getting my point? Then come to next, the wind speed. Now what you observe, जब बहुत तेज हवा चलती है तब हमें कैसा फील होता है? तब हमें अच्छा फील होता है ना. It is just opposite of the humidity, the wind speed, the moving air. We know that what is wind? Wind is nothing but it is a moving air. Clear? So when the wind speed is more, जब wind speed ज़्यादा होती है, at that time the evaporation rate is also increased. So more the wind speed, more is the rate of evaporation. Okay, getting my point? So these are 4 factors which affect the process of evaporation. So just in short, we will revise, because evaporation, a lot of reasoning questions were asked from the evaporation. So you just remember what happened during evaporation. During evaporation, with the increase in surface area, the first factor, the rate of evaporation increases. With the increase in temperature, the evaporation increases. With the increase in humidity, evaporation increases. All the 3 factors, the rate of evaporation increased. But last, when the humidity is less, at that time evaporation is more. Means with more humidity, the evaporation decrease. It is the factor only which is inversely proportional to evaporation. Rest of all the factors are directly proportional to evaporation. So now you got a clear idea about the evaporation. What is evaporation? What are the factors affecting evaporation? And some reasoning question asked on the evaporation. Okay. Okay, now when we are having the gaseous state, suppose we are having the water vapor, right? So this water vapor, if they again converted into water, means when the gaseous state, it again converts into liquid state. For example, we are having water vapor, and this water vapor, it again converts into water. Okay, so the vapors we are having, you also experience the same, na? Whenever you are heating water, whenever you boil water, sometimes what happen, some plate, if we will keep a plate over there, over that vessel, or sometimes we keep our hand like that, the vapors are coming, and if we keep our hand like this, so after some time what we will form, that some water droplets are there. Clear? So when the water vapor it converts it into water or the gas converts it to liquid, this process is said to be the condensation. It is said to be condensation. Clear? Now again, if we are having a solid, now the solid, if it directly converts into gas, the very common example is camphor. If we are having camphor, right, kapoor, whenever we are doing at the time of whenever we are doing the worship of God, then we are doing the aarti of kapoor. So what will happen at that time? That we are having solid camphor with us. This camphor when changes directly into gaseous state. So the conversion of solid directly to gaseous state without changing in the liquid, it is said to be sublimation. The process is said to be sublimation. Okay, so you got what is sublimation? Sublimation is the conversion of solid to gaseous state. That is said to be sublimation. Clear? So if I write here, for example, solid, liquid and gas. Okay, and if I want to make a diagram over here, okay, read diagram, that when solid gets converted to liquid, what we term the process? That is said to be melting. When the liquids convert to gaseous state, that is said to be evaporation or vaporization. When the solid converts to gaseous state, that is said to be sublimation. Okay. When the gas again converts into liquid, it is said to be condensation. And when the gas again converts into solid, it is said to be deposition. Okay, it is said to be deposition. So you got sometime this type of questions were asked. They will give the ABC like that, or they will ask either some process, or they can ask a state also. Either they can give you an name of any matter also, for ice, liquid, water vapor, in that form. Ice, water, water vapor. Okay, so what will come like that? Getting my point? Clear? So is it clear to you? Change of state of matter, how we can change a state of matter into another. That is said to be interconversion of states of matter, or simply the process we can say that interconversion. Okay, so what we learn? Mainly processes from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, gas to solid. Okay, you are not able to see here. Gas to solid and solid to gas. These 5 processes you have to remember. Okay. Okay students, so till now what we completed from our chapter, I am writing over here. Okay, just go through this. First thing, we just start from what is matter. Then classification of matter. Then we discuss about the physical states of matter in detail. That is solid, liquid, gas, plasma and BEC. Then we learn about the latent heat. A variety of questions are asked. Latent heat. Then interconversion of states of matter. Then evaporation and factors affecting it. Okay. So next time we are going to solve the questions which are based on all this. Okay. Anyone of having any doubt related to this, that what is matter, its classification, about the latent heat, about the interconversion, about the properties of solid, liquid and gases, so you can ask me. But be sure that you be very clear, very confident with these topics, and you make a proper notes of these topics. Make a variety of try to do a variety of questions on latent heat and on evaporation. A lot of reasoning questions were there, it is asked. Okay, and from that solid, liquid, gas also they were asked a lot of questions. Clear? And make a proper ray diagram of the matter and its classification. So in our next video we will see some important questions related to this. So before that, what I want, you all be clear with the topic. Okay.